All right, guys, week 3, Johnny B here, UpsideDownDrafting.com. Thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and click on the waiver wire gems. And let's take a look really quick as I scroll all the way down how we did last week. Vance McDonald was suggested, Jesse James, and Philly's defense last night on Monday Night Football. I think we did well on those. Obviously, with Vance McDonald and the Niners, Jesse James, the tight end, he's just too big. I mean, he's Ben Roethlisberger's go-to guy. I think that enough said there. But I'm happy to see some of these guys playing well. Philly's defense, yeah, that was the obvious Monday night pick. I'll have some more information as to defense as we get through today. But one thing I wanted to do is, as you're following my Dynasty League, I am 2-0 right now, 2 wins, undefeated. Last year I went like 8-0, I think it was, for those that were following. So 2-0 so far, and it was a different hybrid approach to an upside-down draft, but again, I took a lot of risks with some running backs. I lost Danny Woodhead, lost Keenan Allen, but now I'm dealing with Charles Sims, who I picked up in the 8th round, who's going to be the starter right now as Dougie Martin's on a hamstring, and I got Tevin Coleman, who is making his way up. So with Blau Powell, if I could just hang in there with some guys on the waiver wire, again, this is a Dynasty League, and I wanted to show you more depth. That's why if you are in a deeper league, you can just refer to this, and if not, like I said, all of these other picks that I'm going to provide you are not what you see on the mainstream websites. I'm trying to give you the inside gems, the guys that no one's looking at, and you can decipher. Obviously, you guys are a bunch of smart guys out there, so let's just take a look. My week 3 running backs this week, Matt Asiata. I got 10% budget on him, and that's probably going to go a lot north of that. I'm sure whoever had Adrian Peterson in your league already cuffed McKinnon, and if they didn't, that's the obvious pick. But again, I'm not here to show you that. You already knew that. So why Asiata? Because I think Sam Bradford doesn't throw a very good dump ball that I've seen. And I don't know what he's going to do with McKinnon on that sort of front. So McKinnon obviously is the guy. I'm not arguing that. But I'm kind of going with the plow back. I want Asiata on my team just to see how that's going to work. If you got room on your bench, that's who I'm taking, and you can probably bump that up a little north than 10% of your budget if you're doing Fabby dollars blind bid. Kenyon Drake, Miami. I just think right now the running game's not good in Miami. But if I'm going to trust a back, it's going to be Kenyon Drake way over Ajayi. So that's my pick there. And then I'm throwing kind of the flyer out here with Travaris Cadet. I'm going to throw 5% on budgets. Deep leagues out there, folks, on him. Why? Because the Saints at home are deadly, typically, right? But here's the thing. He's a PPR catcher of the football. So I like Cadet at home. I don't typically like him when he's on the road, but at home with Drew Brees, there's another guy for you. Hope that helps you out on the running back department. Wide receiver, love Quincy Enunwa for the Jets. This guy is 225 pounds, 6'2", 24 years old, out of Nebraska. He's basically a slightly undersized tight end that you can just throw on the outside. He's a giant slot man. He plays a lot of the slot. I've been watching him. A lot of film I've been reviewing, and it's just a slot guy. He's a playmaker with the ability for huge upside and targets. Brandon Marshall maybe has a slight knee. Not really going to affect him. You got Decker. And, what happens is if you don't have an empty tight end on your Jets team for the offense, this is where he kind of takes the place of that. I love Quincy, and I'm putting 25% of my budget on him. For your deeper leagues, you could go a little less, or depending on how your guys in your league value that. But obviously, he is the most obvious pick I have here. He's not a sleeper. He's not a gem, so to speak. But I just think, if you're in need of wide receiver, he's your guy. Go spend as much as you need to. I put Jermaine Kearse only because of Baldwin's injury. I think that's kind of obvious there. But I think the Seahawks rebound once they come back home. They're going to be throwing a lot more. Last year, Russell Wilson, for like the first 6 games, only put it in the air like 21 times. And then all of a sudden you move into the back half of the year, and Russell Wilson's throwing it up, 42, 43 times a game. I hope that's going to happen because the Seahawks look dreadful. But I like Kearse. He's always that steady guy that catches that third down, conversion. And I like Russell Wilson to roll out in any of those broken plays. I don't know why, but Curse always catches that random broken play. So there's a guy for you there. Danny Amendola, enough said there. I think you know what I mean there. I'm just throwing out some guys again. Trying to dig a little deeper for you. On the tight end front, Dennis Pitta. Really like Pitta. I think here's a guy where if you're in need of tight end, let's go get him and put some money on him. Obviously, he had a good week, so everyone, they're going to be after him. But I also like Tammy, Jacob Tammy on Atlanta. I'll put some money on that, 8%, If you're in need of tight end, you look for that. Let's go down to the defense. So far, I've been pretty good. Week 1, Vikings, knew that one. Week 2, I said the Philly Eagles. The Giants stepped up last week, so how do I not suggest them? It's common in most leagues that they're still available. But I don't know what type of leagues you play in here, so I'm going to throw the Buffalo Bills. And you say, well, they're looking pretty hideous on defense. But Arizona Cardinals, they don't travel well when they go back east. They just don't. I don't know what it is. So I just think the Bills can rise up with some interceptions, on that front. So, again, thanks for following me. I'll kind of keep you updated on this team I'm running. Again, I'm 2-0 so far. Cam Newton's been playing well. That's been my steady Eddie. Aaron Donald had a pretty good game last week at home. And then Diggs. Diggs just killed it for me the other night. That was really my Achilles heel. I like what Walford's doing. Clive Walford. Really enjoy what he's doing. I don't have Jay Samaro on my team anymore. I better update that. And Perryman. I'm waiting for Denzel Perryman. If you play IDP and you're still listening to this, thanks. For linebacker, hang on to Perryman if you own him. Because the Chargers are going to flip the switch, but it's going to take about halfway through the season before he gets cooking. My other linebacker is Kaiwan Alexander of Tampa Bay. And anyhow, so there you have it. There's your Week 3 waiver wire nuggets. This has been Johnny B of UpsideDownDrafting.com. Thanks for following me. Thanks for all the comments. And we'll see you on the next show. Take care. Thanks, guys. Good luck.